there's this thing going around where people say that you should live your life weekend to weekend. That,
Yeah.
you should not slog your ass off for 5 days just to have 2 days of peace and 2 days of enjoyment. I don't know, like the whole idea of something being enjoyable is because it's not always available, right? I think, and if you're working for 5 days a week, it's not like you're working towards the weekend, but you're also getting satisfaction from whatever you're doing, right? If you have a hard day's night, and I think that itself should give you satisfaction that okay, I've done something, I've achieved something, right? Small achievements like maybe some wins at work,
Yeah.
and no matter what you do, and then that just makes the weekend, like looking forward to the weekend, more enjoyable, right? That's why you look forward to things, because they're not always available. But if every day you were going out having pizza, and every day you were doing whatever the hell you wanted to, then I mean it would lose its uh, its elusiveness. It would lose its excitement,
Yeah.
and you would not actually have anything to look forward to, because what you want to do is something that you're already doing, right? So I mean, I don't get that concept where people say that you should, uh, and it happens, like sporadically when they watch some motivational videos, and they're like, don't waste your life slaving away and working from for weekends and things like that, because that just makes it all the more worth it, right? But yeah, what do you think?
So there are a couple of things here, because the exact thing that you said, right? I have been told this over a span of a couple of months, not even days, by one particular person. And turns out this person was very like anti-job. Okay. It was always like, no, like if you're doing a job, you're wasting your life. You're not really doing anything for yourself. You can only become successful only if you're doing something of yourself, or like like a business or something, which is great. But at the same time, I just feel like it's extremely polarized, because it's perfectly okay to have a job that you like, or to do a job that you like. That doesn't instantly make you a slave. So what I was told is the same thing that you said, that just because you're doing a job and you have Saturday, Sundays off, it basically means that you absolutely have to wait for the weekend to live your life. You have to wait for the weekend to enjoy it. You have to live from one weekend to another. But as someone who, does like his own thing or whatever, we can just do whatever we want. We work when we have work. We have fun when we have
I
fun.
think that's the saying, that the grass is always greener on the other side, because for some reason people have this misguided opinion of entrepreneurship, that if you have your own business, you can do everything on your terms. But that's not how it works.
Exactly.
Like, if you're doing a business, like it's much more taxing than actually having a job, and uh, there's more stress, there's more work, and everything, right? So I mean, of course, and it's proportionally rewarding as well, right? So you can, I think probably the only real way to create generational wealth is through entrepreneurship. But again, like that's a different conversation.
But live about that, right? I just feel like, and after a while, having heard that for so long, even I was sort of like, okay, like, is my life really that shit? Is that how I'm going to be living all my life, where I have to wait for one weekend to the other? But then, I realized that's not the case. And it's not like today, suddenly, if I want to have fun on a Wednesday, I can't. I absolutely can.
Of course, I mean, see, again, like we all have 24 hours a day. If you're working for 10 hours a day, you still have 14 hours, right, to do whatever you want. It's and also, like, people have this thing where if they're doing a job, then they don't have a lot of time to pursue other things, or they can't have a side hustle, or but again, like those are just excuses, or rationalizations that people come up with to justify why they're not able to do something that they want to do. Right? And this blowing off steam, like blowing off steam is so important, in the sense that everyone wants to wind down, right? They want something to, uh, they did what they had to do, and now they just want to, relax, blow some steam off. And like if you're in a constant state of blowing steam off, then you're actually not blowing any steam off, right? So
That's true.
I mean, you need that stress, you need that pressure
Yeah.
during the week. You need that, you need something like breathing down your neck to for you to spur yourself on to do achieve something, right? And then when that happens, not only do you get the satisfaction from achieving whatever you did achieve, but you also get to look forward to
Mm-hmm.
blowing the steam off during the weekend, right? So but yeah, I mean, what do you do to blow steam off? Like, what is something that gets you going after a hard week's weekend?
I think one would be because I love to eat, so trying out new places to eat at. The other thing is, the thing that you said, right? Like there needs to be a certain contrast.
Mm.
Otherwise, you don't really enjoy things as much if you're
Mm.
just doing them. Now, I can't really do that with coffee in the sense because I need coffee every day. But what I do is I have a weekend mug and then I have a weekday mug. My weekday mug looks very boring. So, uh, of course, that's not blowing up steam, but it just makes me feel like, like,
Mm.
oh, this is
Mm.
that little more hint of
Mm.
special. Other than that, I think, yeah, if I'm going out with friends or something, then just drinking alcohol and blowing off steam, having a fun time.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, I think partying is probably, the most common way in which people
yeah,
blow steam off. And then there's this whole notion of not being able to have fun, or people thinking, okay, if you're not drinking at a party, or if you
yeah,
don't drink, then how are you going to have fun? Or
right.
like, and somehow it's so insane for people to believe who drink alcohol that people who don't drink alcohol can actually have fun or actually have a good time
That's true.
without drinking it. It's like, oh, you don't drink alcohol, what are you doing with your life, or how are you surviving, right? And that's fine, because I mean, alcohol is a big part of most people's life,
Hmm.
right? In not just in today's time, but it
Yeah,
has been for a long time. But I mean, speaking as a teetotaler who hasn't had a drop of alcohol since high school, I mean, I think the last time I drank alcohol was probably when I was in class 11. Class 11 and 12, I did drink a bit, but after that, I just haven't had any. And I am completely fine at parties, and I'm completely, enjoying myself. Obviously, I don't like partying that much. I don't like going out to like dance bars and
hmm.
discotheques and all that. But once in a while, when I do go out, like I have fun, right? I do find it enjoyable, and I don't need alcohol to sort of enjoy, because I'm just high on that experience of like going out with people,
Yeah.
my friends or whatever, and just having a laugh and a good time. But of course, like alcohol can, I think, it's like a so whatever you're feeling, it's just uh, a medium to sort of enhance whatever you're feeling. And if you're having fun, it just it enhances the degree of fun that you're having.
Right. But see, I feel like it depends.
Hmm.
Because, so for me, I think because, I mean, I've been an introvert for the longest time and I feel like I've worked on it
Hmm.
to be able to talk to people, to be able to initiate conversations and like hold them. But yeah, it's been a hell of a task. So, and I think this is also there for a lot of people who drink.
Hmm.
Yeah, so alcohol is also, I think a lot of people call it loose juice as well because it's
Liquid
supposed
courage.
to, yeah, liquid courage and then loose juice where it's supposed to loosen you up,
Hmm.
where you just like, just start having more fun and it just gives you that courage to like talk about stuff. So I think
Yeah, I
that,
think it removes inhibitions, and
yeah,
that's why I think people think that and I mean, obviously it's true, because if you're less inhibited, then you're more free, and you're dancing more, you're talking more, and you're just like you have you have less worries of the world, right? The worries of the world are not troubling you in that moment,
at that
and so
moment.
that's why your mind is free enough to have fun, to let you have fun.
Yeah, exactly. And but having said that, like talking about like having fun with and without alcohol, right?
Mm.
So the thing is, I think I've had my fair share of both. One thing that comes to mind instantly is I think I was in Bangalore for some work thing, and we had a couple of work parties, like pretty much like 3 or 4 days in a row. I remember this one particular party, I did drink and I had a gala time because like I danced like crazy in like big ass heels. I didn't even feel the pain, so that is another thing alcohol helps with. Like you can dance like 4 to 5 hours in big heels, you're not gonna feel a thing. But the next day, I remember there was another huge party, and I didn't drink like one single drop of alcohol. But I still had a lot of fun. Interestingly, that thing you said, right, where people are like, you can't, there are some people who are like, you can't have fun at a party without alcohol. I remember there's so many people who came up to me and they're like, why aren't you drinking? Is everything okay? Are you okay? How come you're not drinking? And the thing is that it was an open bar. So people are even more like, you don't even have to buy the drink. This alcohol flowing for free. Why aren't you drinking? Or like, this is a party, everybody's having fun, what's happening? So yeah, I think that is a huge thing. But yeah, see, I feel like I won't say like it's not like I'm dependent on alcohol now to be able to open up or have fun. But there have been times when it has helped me to have more fun or
Yeah,
just
obviously,
be more open.
and okay, so is there a point where, let's say, you've gone out with some friends, right? And it's not a big group. It's not like, you've gone for some birthday party where there's like 30, 40 people. But let's say you've gone with your group of 5, 6 close friends,
Yeah.
and if all of them are drinking, then you feel that need to drink, right? Because you feel like you need to be on the same level as them to have fun
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
Is that something that happens, or what?
I think I did get that feeling a couple of times. Like, say, where I'm like going out, and in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, today I'm not gonna drink. But when you see others drink and all, and obviously, if you are someone who enjoys occasional drinking, and you see them like get to that level where they're just letting go and they're just dancing and they're just like talking to strangers and like the inhibitions have all gone and just having fun. I have had those moments where I'm like, okay, do I need to drink to like because I also want to have that level of fun. But then, do I need to drink in order to be there? And there are times when it's been a yes, I need to, so I've drunk. But then there have also been times where I've had like a crazy amount of fun. I've danced like crazy to the point where people who have seen me, they were observing me. Later, when they asked you, okay, how many pegs did you drink? And I said none. And they're like, absolutely no way you can dance like that and have fun like that without drinking. That has happened to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that is
that's the thing with drinkers. Like people who swear by not being able to have fun at a party without drinking,
yeah.
is the whole idea of someone having fun at a party and not getting high, or not being in an altered state of mind through some outlet or the other, is just insane to them. Like, that idea is just uh, is just not there. But I feel like when I'm at a party and I'm actually free and I'm there with my good friends, like, I can let loose more than people who are drinking, right? And I feel like I don't need alcohol to do that. And the biggest reason why I don't drink and I don't like and I don't see the correlation personally, like for me, between partying, having fun, and drinking is, I like to be in I don't like to be in an altered state of mind, right?
Right.
I like to be in control of my mind and myself. And I feel like that's when I'm the most free to have fun, right? When I'm in control of myself.
Yeah.
And if I'm not in control of myself, like, that is just the opposite of fun for me.
Yeah.
And but since you're someone who does party, and you drink on most days, and then on some days you won't drink when you're at a party, like, what is the difference between let's say there's a night, and then you play it twice in your head, in the sense, once you drank and once you didn't drink, what would be the difference, like, within yourself, and within how much fun you have, and how much fun the people that are with you have because of you.
Got it. I'll check the thing quickly. It's still working. So I think over the years now, realized one thing. Pehle though I was doing it subconsciously, but then I realized ki, okay, this is the thing. I think more than the alcohol, the company matters a lot, like a lot. So there have been a couple of times, like when I was in college, for example, barring one or exactly two people, everybody knew that I don't drink. It's because, and in case, I don't think anybody will watch it, but in case someone is like, I'm sorry, but what would happen is that, you know, a lot of times they would just want to hang out after college or whatever, they have plans to drink and all. As it goes, like they'll just ask you, like, hey, we do drinking and all of that. So, what happens now? I mean, yes, I could have said the truth, ki, no, I don't want to drink now, or I don't want to drink with you, but then the second thing just sounds very rude. So what I would but then even if you say the first thing, that I don't want to drink now, how many times can you say that? Like, I was in college for 3 years, how many times can I say the same thing? Like, I'll have to end up drinking with them once or twice, but I didn't want to. So I would always say, ki, I'm sorry, I don't drink. Because then what happens is, at the most, they'll ask you, ki, why don't you drink? Then they'll leave you alone. If they, like, it's fine. So I think I'm very, like, also very choosy about the people I'm surrounded with when I am drinking. So it has a lot to do with company. Now, coming to that,
Why do you think that is the case? And do you prefer drinking with people you don't know or you don't like that much so that you can open up and have fun? Or do you prefer drinking with people that you already know really well but you just want to drink because you want to drink with them?
So drinking for me has never been about, okay, I need to drink to be able to do anything. Like, there's never been that dependency. It's always been a way of just having fun because I like it. I'm not dependent on it. So what happens is, like, if I am with people that I don't really like a lot or whose company I'm not really enjoying a lot, then I prefer not to drink because it's something I enjoy doing. It's something that gives me some form of pleasure. And when I'm already in company where I know that, okay, I'm not having fun or I might not have a lot of fun, then it just feels like there's no point. Like, it's not like I'll drink to just escape.
That's interesting. So basically, you drink to enhance your night with people that you know that you are already having a good time with, but you want to enhance that good to great, and that's why you drink. And then with people you don't know, you don't drink because you are not having a good time anyway, and you don't want alcohol to force you to have a good time with those people.
Yeah, force me to. So two things. One is that enhance a good time that I'm already having, and the second is the control thing that you said, right? Like, if it's someone I don't like, if it's a company that I don't enjoy, if it's people I don't know, then I would want to be 100% in control. I am okay letting go a little bit of control when I'm surrounded with people I'm comfortable with.
But see, like, you're not actually losing control if you're just having a couple of drinks, right? So, like, how does that work?
I think that works, yeah, once again, it's not like, okay, like every time I'm drinking, I'm gonna pass out or something, so it's fine as long as there are people to carry me. It's not that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, somewhat or the other, you're letting go of the inhibitions, right?
I would have thought that it would be opposite, right? So because you said, okay, when you drink with people, let's say you have to go to some office party or you have to go to a party where you don't like the people very much, right? To make that night more bearable or to try to gel in or to try to have a good time because you're stuck there for like 2 hours, 3 hours or whatever, I would think that would make you drink so that, you know, so that those 2 hours become more easily possible.
No, so that's what happens, right? I feel like there is a hint of dependency there. I know people who do that. But then again, that's a little bit of dependency where you have to lean into alcohol to help you get through something, right? So that has never been the case for me. Because honestly, like, I enjoy.
So you never drink with strangers, basically. Strangers as in like people you don't like that much. Or you don't enjoy.
Whose company I don't enjoy or whose company I'm not looking forward to. Because once again, like, as I said, it's a form of celebration for me. It's a form of having fun for me. So if I already know that I'm not gonna have any fun, there's nothing to like or enjoy or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll just keep it for a different time. It's fine. because because since I'm not a very frequent drinker, also like I pick and choose my moments. Like, I don't really want to waste it on anything.
Also, does size of the gathering, like how does that affect, whether you drink or not? Let's say you're going for an office party, which is like everyone, not just your department, but your entire office. Let's say 100 employees, or 150 employees, and everyone is there. So then how do you decide whether you're going to drink or you're not going to drink? And I'm guessing that in that space you would probably drink.
So depends, right? Because so for example,
And same goes for weddings.
Yeah.
Weddings or any big gatherings. Because over there, obviously, there'll be people you know, there'll be people you don't know, and there'll be people who you like talking to, but obviously you can't be with them for the whole time.
Yeah.
Then how does that sort of affect your decision to drink or not drink?
It's very tough to give like a proper answer because I haven't really thought about it that actively, but I can give you some instances.
Or do you think, okay, sorry, I'm just cutting you off again and adding another layer of questions. Do you think like all of this is irrelevant and you just drink when you feel like drinking?
So that might be part of it, but I also feel like there is a little bit of method to the madness. Because once again, I'm actually analyzing it as I'm saying it. So there was one instance where it was a huge after party. It was a work party though at Radio Mirchi. Mirchi Music Awards had happened. And then there was a huge after party. But at the same time, I know everybody from offices there. Lots of guests, very well-known people are there. So, and once again, open bar. It's there to just have fun. Nobody's working, nobody cares. People are just like, letting go. But I don't know, if I remember, like from that night, for some reason, I could have let go. I did in the sense like I danced like crazy. And that was the one where people thought I was drunk.
Okay.
And when I told them I didn't even drink one drop, they did not believe me. After some people were like, we actually didn't see her drink. So, but there I don't know. There, it was like, it's a work thing. I'm not going to drink. Because I felt like I wanted to have a lot of fun. But I also felt like if I drink, I wanted to dance, okay? I wanted to dance. I wanted to chill with people. I know in my back of my head, I knew that if I drink with that also, I might like be drunk. I might.
Because you're having a good time, and if you have one drink,
you're not like really.
They don't stop yourself, basically.
Yeah, it's not like you're thinking actively about it, right? So I didn't know if that was gonna happen, but I didn't want it to happen. So it was a very conscious decision. I was like,
so basically, you didn't want to be drunk in front of so many people.
So many people.
And you thought that if you were having fun and if you started to have a couple of drinks, you'd probably have more than you wanted.
Way more, yeah.
And then it would just go down that road.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember it started at at 11 or 12 at night and went on for God knows how long. So I knew no, I wouldn't want anything that will bring in like a variable element where I don't know what might happen. I didn't want that, like that uncertainty. So that I was very sure, no, it's a work thing. I'm not gonna drink. But compared to that, say cut to that where this party that happened in Bangalore, it was someone's birthday, and there also like there were a lot of people from office I knew, a lot of people from office I didn't know. But I don't know, like at that time, no, I think that it was that thing, okay, it's not an official party or an office party. It was someone from office throwing a birthday party. I think that had like something to play in there. Everybody was having fun there also. So yeah, I did drink my fair share, danced all night, had like a gala time. But the next night again, it was an office party. I feel maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know now that I'm thinking about it. Because even the radio cheating, it was like the company throwing the party, right? Even this second party, it was the company throwing the party. That also had an open bar. Lots of people were like drinking and dancing and all.
Got it.
In my mind, I was like,
I think my initial question got lost in the wave of questions that I asked. So I think the first question that I still want to know.
What was that? I forgot.
Is that imagine the same situation. You're drinking You either drink there and in a parallel universe, you're not drinking there.
Mhm.
What difference does it create for yourself and for the people that you've gone there with?
One thing would be so okay. One thing I think would remain unchanged, and I'm I'm just guessing that I'm with company that I enjoy.
The people are the same, the
Huh.
place is the same, everything is the
No,
same.
but I'm guessing
Just
that
the fact that everything is same, just the fact that you either drink or you don't drink, or you did both, but like in parallel.
no, that's fine. But I'm just like guessing ki the people I'm with are people I enjoy to be with. Okay, just for the sake of it.
Okay.
So I think the fun factor, that the fun I would have, how much I'll be able to open up would be the same. It wouldn't be unchanged. I would have like a shitload of fun with and without alcohol. Very small things that would change, at least for me, is that maybe if I'm drunk, I wouldn't worry too much about singing loudly. Like that is a big thing. Like I know I don't have a good voice, and that I think that's a huge thing. Like without alcohol, if someone asks me to sing, or even if it's like a group of people singing and I'm singing, I am very, very, very conscious. Like I just can't. Whereas if I'm drinking, I'm like, oh my god, like fuck this. Like, okay, if people's ears bleed, their ears bleed. I don't care. So that is a big thing. Like I know it's a very specific thing, but it's a big thing. So I think that would be different.
So inhibitions.
Yeah, that would be different. So yeah, mostly like inhibitions and something as small as that. But I don't think it would change the amount of fun I would have. Like not at all.
And what about the experience for the people that are there with you?
Experience for them, I am guessing I'm a fun person as well without alcohol, so I'm just guessing they would still have a lot of fun with me, just talking to me, and I don't know if you're dancing, then dancing with me and all. Yeah, I think so. I don't think people have complained about me being boring, so yeah. But but yeah, that thing where they just be like, oh my god, this girl's like, oh my god, we'll die, we'll go deaf. Oh my god, why can't she stop singing? I think that might happen if I'm drunk. That there's a danger of that happening.
I don't think that's a danger. But yeah, cool. I think I understand a little bit. But again, like, don't you think that you would be a sort of a buzzkill for them? Like, is that something that crosses your mind where if people know, okay, so if people know that you're a drinker, in the sense that you do drink,
Yeah.
but if you've gone out with them and you're doing this natak where you're saying that you don't want to drink, like, is that something that they take offense to? Ki, that we know you're a drinker. It's not like you don't drink, but now that you're out with us, everyone is drinking. Suddenly you decide that you don't want to drink.
Oh yeah, some people do. So there are some people who are just very cool with it. They're like, okay. And then there are people like who are like, the thing that you said, right? Like you're doing natak. You can't do this. Then there are people who just be like, yeah, yaar, just do one se kuch nahi hota. One se kuch nahi hota. Just one peck, one peck. But I think that has also been ingrained in my head since I started drinking. Ki I have never cared about whether I am or I'm not a buzzkill, as far as at least it's like related to alcohol at least. Like if I make up my mind that I'm not gonna drink for whatever reason, I will like I won't drink. No matter what the person is saying, even if the person thinks I'm a buzzkill or I'm boring, just lying or whatever it is, I don't care. But I won't drink. Okay, so given you don't drink at all, uh, do you feel like, do you feel like a buzzkill? That has that thought ever crossed your mind where you're like, okay, I'm amongst a bunch of people who drink at a party and I might be a buzzkill or other people might think I am one?
No, so I mean, obviously, I never think of myself in that way. But what you might say is, do other people think that you're being a buzzkill? Not whether I'm thinking if other people are thinking that I'm a buzzkill.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm trying to say is that I wouldn't think that. But
Okay.
if I would think that other people are thinking that I might be one, I don't think that. I think it's a little different for me, and that doesn't happen because uh, once you tell people that you don't drink, right? Then it's sort of a different dynamic, right? Because if people know you drink and not drinking on that particular day when you're out with them, then that I think people take offense to that.
Right.
But if they know, okay, I don't drink, maybe they'll be like, oh, come on, don't lie, this that. But at the end of the day, if I don't drink, I don't like it's like nothing that they can do about it, right?
Right.
So for me, it's different in that sense, and And the thing is, it's funny because people who get drunk, like I know people who get drunk was just like, oh, they're just sitting like that, and I'm the one who's like jumping or shout. I know it might sound weird to a few people that I'm jumping and dancing, but it does happen sometimes. But yeah, I mean that's what, right? And you don't need to drink to have a good time. You don't need to drink to be able to stand on the table and shout. You don't need to drink to be able to shout, sing loudly.
That
You
for
don't.
that you need, yes. If for someone like me who croaks,
Hmm.
that's needed.
And you don't need to drink to to dance on the floor, lie down on the floor and dance. Do whatever drunk people do. Like you can do everything that drunk people do without drinking. At least that's for me. So yeah, I mean,
Except for singing for me.
but yeah, you can have fun without drinking.
Absolutely. Even if you occasionally drink.
Yes, and even if you are with people who drink,
Yep.
you can be the odd one out and still have fun.
100%.
Good.